All right, Thursday, March 13th, the rundown. Myself, Marty Mush, Jack Mac. Happy birthday, my cousin Steven. Shout out, cousin Steve.
Wow, that's nice of you.
It's nice. I'm gonna start doing that now. Then I'm gonna start charging. You talk about being a millionaire by accident. Be a millionaire on purpose. That one was for free, though. College basketball completely underway. Major conference tournaments starting to get tipped off now. Big Ten, ACC with the play-ins and stuff like that. You get the real full slate tomorrow. Big East going, Big 12 going.
Big East starts tonight.
ACC going. Big East starts tonight, too. You're right. Yeah, I forget about the DePaul Invitational. They should make that a bowl game. They want to fix bowl games, just make DePaul's game a bowl game. What?
The Jackrabbits game was good.
The Jackrabbits game was
So wait, what happened with the Jackrabbits?
All right, so what happened was I turned on the game. They were up about 19-5. I had the 3 screens going. I'm writing blogs about the fucking MAC thing, which we'll get to. And I got Montana at an 11 o'clock tip, which I bet, first half in game. So,
yeah, you're a big Montana fan.
Wait, Montana was in control. That looked like okay. I also kind of fell asleep by accident, like I'll be honest. There was about 8 minutes left. South Dakota State's up 20. I just assumed that they won by about 20. They were up. They were dominating the whole game.
They won by 8.
Today, I'm like, yeah, they
took the under in
that.
They
dominated, which they did. They were never in the game. And they gave up late and let them, like, they backdoor covered. It is what it is. But people, like, right away, like, oh, you didn't watch it. Like, I mean,
fell asleep.
I could tell you who the fucking broadcast guy was.
Okay.
So fuck off.
I mean, you could look that up.
Notes app apology.
I had to do a notes app apology. Yeah, it is what it is. It's late. I did know about this. So the MAC championship last night didn't tip off on the East Coast till 11:14 p.m. in Atlantic City.
Can I ask before you keep going?
The WCC was done.
Before you keep going, I love that. Do you think anyone else in the country was talking about that besides you?
Was that meant?
I think it's worth.
I know it
if
is.
you're doing a whole day
I'm
of basketball, like it's worth like a footnote.
But do you think anyone else?
The blog was like 150. Like it was. I don't expect it to hit the top 20.
I'm not shitting on you. I think it's just real. When I saw the blog, I go, that's Rico.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it was
Rico.
Topic worthy. There was a delay in the first game. The women's games were going the same day or something like that.
When did Manhattan and Iona tip off?
I don't really know, but maybe a little bit later.
That's the MAC, right?
Yeah, that's the MAC. Anybody but Quinnipiac in that conference we need. There's no way to tell. I don't really know. Maybe
because I was trying to see. I bet that game, and I was on my score app, and it just kept saying 7:30, 7:30, and it was 9 o'clock.
So the way they told me was.
It's all right.
And we can find out exactly what time they tipped. Wagner.
Wait.
I'll find out. I'll find out right now.
Are you calling a coach?
Yeah, I'll find out right now.
It's unbelievable.
What coach you calling?
Iona. Now they're not going to answer probably in meetings. They're winning. They got a game today.
Yeah, they probably is.
They do have games. So.
Isn't Iona coach the FTU guy last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have him directly, but. You want to find out? Now everyone, like everything.
No, we don't need to find out.
We don't need to. I was just.
Yeah, but everything matters now because I did say a team won by 20 and they only won by 8, so now I got to find out.
It doesn't matter. It's okay.
It is what it is. Wagner, Staten Island, dancing. Shout out Pete Davidson. They only had 7 players last night. They make the tournament.
That's insane.
That is.
It was. They have all injuries. It's nuts.
And people are trying. I think I saw a couple comments being like, it's like all the teams play with 7 players all the time, but not.
Hey, real quick, you're live on the rundown. What time did your game exactly tip last night? Eight what?
8:40, about an hour.
8:40, so they got delayed. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thank God we got.
Most powerful phone in the Northeast.
Thank God we got that.
That was.
Everyone wants facts now. We're getting exact facts. 8:40 they tipped. Exact facts.
I will say that'll make a good clip. Rico flexing his phone. Speaking of Wagner,
who was that?
Iona?
What?
Iona, yeah.
Speaking of Wagner, yesterday I was talking with Rico. Obviously, I'm kind of on him because he has all these random teams that he's a fan of, but he could have been with UConn throughout this entire run.
Yeah.
But he says, I'm a friend of the program. He thinks Dan Hurley knows him.
Oh, yeah, I know. He says he shook his hand in the tunnel.
No, he didn't. He shook everyone's hand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, he shook my hand in the Final Four tunnel. And then he also came in. Did he say hello to you at Pick Central with a big hug?
There.
Well, there you go.
I also don't claim to know him. I know Bruce Pearl. Do you think I don't know if he's going to shake my hand or not. I have no idea.
What are the big games tonight?
I saw Bruce at Pinehurst.
Charleston won. That's one of your squads?
Yes, Pat Kelsey, legend. His kid dominated. Put that up. His kid was dominating the fucking broadcast.
Yeah, he was.
He's sitting
That was
on the
funny.
bench in a full
He's like a
sweatsuit,
10-year-old.
and he's going like this to the guy, making fun of the ref.
That was very funny.
He went like this on a crazy reaction. Yeah, look at this kid. I met him at the Final Four, too.
The kid?
Yeah. Big Reds guys, the Kelsey family. Look, he's crying, he's celebrating. There's another clip probably.
It's funny.
If he got it. No, he didn't get it. But there was other clips, yeah. We need the clip thing back. That's what's killing us.
Oh, yeah. Clip it.
Yep,
Brutal.
very upset about that.
Horrible.
He keeps asking me, is there another app out? No, it was a one of one.
Yeah, sucks. But yeah, it's really rolling. So, what is your favorite part, I guess, of the one bid leagues? Or like, what is your favorite part of the week? Is it?
I like this
obviously
week
the
better.
upsets and all the big conferences.
I've said that.
But like this random ass shit, a team winning with 7, a guy hitting a buzzer beater against his former team, like games tipping off ridiculous. Like that's also the fun part of it too.
I also think it's such a fun week from the perspective of betting. And then also, yeah, it's more fun during the tournament when all your friends, like even people that don't really watch it, are involved. So you could go anywhere and watch it.
I kind of hate that.
But these are, I know yeah, they're not real ball knowers like you.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I kind of like it. Like right now, there's a game on, and I know that would be during the tournament too. But that's only Thursday and Friday. Like yesterday,
Yeah.
Fordham was in a battle with Davidson. And that game won't matter. But those players are playing hard.
Right.
This entire Monday to Sunday is packed with games.
And both these teams in those games, they probably played each other twice in the season.
Yeah.
Those guys don't like each other after
No.
2 games.
No,
I know
you get the
everyone's
perfect. You get the 3 games. So like obviously Duke Carolina could match for the ACC championship, and that would be the best game of conference championship week for sure. But right now, the ones definitely slated on paper that are the best are Seton Hall St. John's because of what it means.
Yep.
Them hating each other and also getting into the tournament. Georgetown Providence tonight in the trilogy.
That's great.
And Oklahoma, TCU to like get in when the games matter, when they got to get in. You know.
I would also say UConn St. John's.
That's not guaranteed yet though.
But if
you get what I'm saying?
St. John's beats Seton Hall, they're probably in the tournament, right? No matter what.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I would love. There's some great. Obviously, I watch the Big East more than any other conference, but like if UConn plays Creighton in the finals, it would be phenomenal because Creighton will have a lot of fans and then whatnot. But that UConn St. John's game could be huge.
Yeah. TikTok ban. This is right up Jack's alley. Reports say RFK Jr. is considering Aaron Rodgers.
No, not the same.
What?
No,
TikTok ban
we'll
and
get to
RFK
what's
is not the
different.
same.
We added TikTok ban last second.
Yeah, I did late.
Oh,
because
got it.
Jack
All right,
knows.
So then clean this up. All right, this one's right up Jack's alley. It just says TikTok ban. I don't really know what that means.
It went to
The House. Oh, no, go. No,
it went to the House. No, I think it went to the House
Today.
They voted yes to ban it.
A dominant vote.
And then now it goes to Senate.
Yeah.
Goes to Senate, and that will take, I would say, a good amount of time.
I don't know for sure.
What is the
This
rationale of like banning it?
So we'll get to that in a second.
They're just
It was
killing
at the U.S. House had a committee. The committee passed it, and then they pretty much put it to, like, they forced it to be voted upon 5 days after they voted upon it on the committee level, which usually doesn't happen. When you do that, you have to have a 2/3 vote, yes, for it to pass. They got that today. Now it's in the Senate. I don't know when the Senate's going to vote on it. They need to get, I think, 2/3 as well. I talked to people within TikTok, some sources. They're feeling a little bit better than they were last week because they got a lot of nays from the Democrats. And of course, the Senate is controlled by Democrats. Now, what's the rationale behind it? Well, people are saying that it's Chinese owned, CCP owned. So TikTok's owned by this company, ByteDance. ByteDance is owned by the Chinese government. Obviously, they then have Americans' data. It's probably the app that takes the most data from when you're using it. So, we could. And then Nancy Pelosi said,
Take my data.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok, and it's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe, a winner, a winner. So, Nancy Pelosi is telling us to Pokemon Go to the polls by tic-tac-toeing. There is a chance if it gets banned, if the Senate bans it, they can sell it.
Your days are always full, huh? I feel like there's always so much stuff going on. I feel like you dive into it.
Yeah, which is good, and
It's exhausting. Like my days, like our work, and then like it's some.
And then like debating if South Dakota State won by 20 or 8. You got some meaning.
we all have different things. Like I guess.
I'm not making fun of you.
No, I know.
It's you know a lot of it. You said so many things there. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then I said in my blog, this would be bad news for myself. I've devoted the last 2 years to my TikTok. Now it's in the hands of a Democratic-controlled Senate. Ironic that I need the Democrats to save my career on a Chinese-owned app. Is this God having a laugh at me, or maybe I'm the ultimate hypocrite? That's
True Social is around still. Tommy Smokes is the only one on it so far.
So no, I'm verified. I got Tommy Smokes verified. Shout out Old Girl Swig. I'm a little bit concerned for sure about the TikTok ban. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it got to Senate,
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah. Get out there and
AOC
vote.
voted no on it.
Get out there and vote, people.
You can.
RFK Jr. is considering Aaron Rodgers as his presidential running mate. According to the report, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has recently approached Aaron Rodgers about serving as his running mate on an independent presidential ticket, and Rodgers reportedly welcomed the overture.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
feel like he's fucking with Jet fans.
You're a Jets fan.
Yeah, this is my number one team without a doubt.
So, do you believe in curses?
No, not to the
Okay,
but I'm
perfect.
not.
You're like
curses.
Clemmer.
But this
movie?
would be.
What movie? Ain't no
So,
curses.
I said to Clemmer, I said if
Right now,
Aaron Rodgers becomes the running mate for RFK, who's running as an independent, and misses some of the games and has to miss whatever because of this, the Jets are completely cursed.
I would say this is as close to a confirmed curse as we can get.
Yes. Like, you tore his Achilles, he played 4 snaps, and then he's gonna lose to the White House.
Yeah.
And he's not even that. This RFK is essentially running to lose. He's gonna lose. He has no shot.
An independent usually, I think always, does not win.
Yeah, it would have to be like iconic
Hey,
run.
like I said, he could get
Anybody's got a shot.
Curb Enthusiasm fans to vote for him.
Yep.
For he's dating, she's Cheryl Hines. So,
But a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm fans are kind of libs, you know.
And old.
see, I don't know.
Not old.
No.
Curb, I feel like Curb is an older comp. Like if you did their.
I guess because of Seinfeld, but like, I mean, a lot of young people
I
watch
think I'm
it.
behind.
Regardless, the fact that this was a real headline, I checked like 4 times to make sure like I wasn't getting duped.
I thought Leroy was trolling.
One of our people, I won't even his name, did a poll. And it was like 40,000 people a poll, and Aaron Rodgers was. A lot of people said they'd vote for him.
Yeah. Of course they would, because it's just
40,000 people. I know it's a small number compared to what it would be, but still.
But like, why does he want to do this? I mean, who cares? I guess.
Attention. He likes attention.
I was talking about this with my door guy, or like the guy in my lobby.
Yeah.
Doorman, I guess you would call him. I was just like, usually when people take ayahuasca, like if you're a rich guy, they'll just stop everything. They'll sell all their houses. They'll go live in the woods, and it's just because like they found meaning in their life. Aaron Rodgers took ayahuasca and did this little darkness retreat and said, "No, I want more attention on me."
He said he's got 4 more years in him, and I think he just wasn't talking about football.
Yeah, really dark woods. Boeing, speaking of dark woods, the Boeing whistleblower was found dead in a hotel parking lot.
What?
64-year-old Boeing whistleblower John Barnett was found dead in a truck after he didn't show up for a legal interview linked to the case against Boeing. Barnett worked for Boeing for 32 years. Nice spelling, John, you fucking illiterate. For 32 years. And since retired, has been speaking out about how Boeing was cutting corners on their airplanes, deliberately fitting substandard parts on their aircraft, and having faulty oxygen systems. Everything basically a whistleblower does. People, and what's good for the people. People are investigating Barnett's death, but say he died from a self-inflicted wound. There is no report if he knows the Clintons or not.
You would have to dive in deep there, see if there's a connection between the Clinton and Boeing. Yeah, no, this was a great blog from Dante. This is a crazy, crazy case. I looked into it last night. Insane. His lawyer, I think, is on the record saying no, like he was not suicidal. However,
Self-inflicted wound, like you could cut your hand and bleed out though unintentionally.
now they found a gun next to his in the car. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it, but it's a good chance. Somebody, like, you could have a gun and then someone could still shoot you. But Boeing is.
That's crazy.
They had another issue recently too, where there was just like a wheel on one of the flights that just like fell off.
This is why
Why Spirit?
This is why I said Soul.
No.
Soul Plane should be.
Spirit could have Boeing planes.
All right, Jack. Guy's got Spirit.
And I forgot there was the Dave thing. Spirit plane.
He's got Spirit.
No,
stock.
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane.
Remember that movie?
I didn't see it.
Greatest movie ever.
One of the great movies.
If that was a plane, I'd pay.
Yeah, Snoop
Double.
Dogg was the pilot. Kevin Hart was on there. There's parties. Soul Plane. It's got hydraulics. Hydraulics should be on a plane, by the way.
No, you should be able to lay down on a plane.
That's first class.
No, like I sat first class once.
No, first class you can lay straight down.
Not on the one I was on.
I'm telling you.
Not on the
one
one
did
I
you
was
go?
on. American?
No, like where'd you fly to? Doesn't matter. We're talking about first class. Yeah. No, this is fucking nuts. Yeah. I usually when a lot of things add up, it's usually a little suspect of Boeing. No.
Yeah, I haven't. I need to look up the alternate case is of someone saying they're not involved.
Yeah.
Boeing taking out their whistleblower would almost be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. But the next topic is why the internet's around.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I looked. Ebony, distracting.
Dude, he
Walking.
keeps looking.
Fucking read
Don't
it
work like
to
this.
us. She's
NFT.
getting a pack.
You done?
No, I ain't done.
All right.
Why am I
All right. NFT Nick, choose rich guy at war with community notes. NFT Nick is in a war with community notes who keeps bunking the lavish lifestyle.
It is
Went on Davey Day Trader yesterday.
so
I've seen some clips.
funny.
This kid seems
awesome.
like a fucking nutbag.
He is
In the best way possible.
So he is so funny looking, and so funny the way.
It's
he
just
walks.
the nose.
What is the exact thing?
He's
so
just like a
Is
long.
he in on the? Is he actually rich?
He said like
he
he's
in on
not.
it?
He's
What's-
not Dave Rich, but he's like he's made millions off crypto, and he's everything he says. Community notes is just dunking on him, and he just keeps
Nick,
doing
it's-
things. He's fighting with the internet himself, like not people. He's just fighting with the internet.
Right, yeah, you've been there.
Yeah, you've been there, and it's just very, very funny. Like he is, I can't get enough of him.
Let me read that.
He is like Mark Wahlberg.
Okay,
like
so they'll do like in the
17th
Oh, right.
cousin who.
So he's. I got it.
You
They're
know,
like, yeah.
You could put what I was saying, but yeah, it's so fucking funny. Like, and Dave had him on because Jack wrote a blog about him, and he said your interns are writing blogs about him, but you were kind of a fan, no?
No, he didn't really. I mean, the guy didn't read the blog. I said in it.
Probably, yeah.
I said in it, this is like a very entertaining guy that's honestly leaning into it and knows how the internet works. And then I also said in the blog, this is a guy that Dave would like.
Yes.
Weirdly entertaining, strange looking, and then also is in on the joke. And sure enough, Dave said, I like you.
For a fact that like he's got money all tied up, but he can't. He's crypto rich, but he can't touch it. You know, like that's how he is right now. I love this guy though. His glasses, his chain. He's still talking like this. Like
It looks like everyone's rap video on Facebook.
yeah. No, I think he's great.
Yeah, he's very funny.
His home theater in New York.
Oh, all right.
He says he has a penthouse in New York City and then one in Miami.
He doesn't even call it a penthouse. He calls it something.
Ate
give him credit if
Pe.
it's-
He says something like
If it
that.
is fake and he gets to, I don't understand how he's filming it.
It's a shared screening room. It's visible on the
Like, I
camera.
have this in my apartment
It's
building.
not.
Like, you do these. This is if this is the room you rent out in your apartment building for which no one ever does, I'll like him even more.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what he's saying.
I'm gonna do that tonight.
You have
I
one of
might do
these
that
in your
tonight.
apartment?
Look it.
Why do you? Is that where you watch games?
No.
It is a shared screening room with
It's like
Brooklyn
for
Point.
it's like for the building.
Yeah, but you can just make a community of bowl guys.
True, it's not a bad idea. I think I might do this tonight when I go home. Just be like, in my home theater. It's just
So you can use this space as either a performance space or somewhere to giving residents and their
Yeah.
guests the opportunity to
it's-
showcase their talent.
you can rent it out in my building right now if you want.
That's very
I
funny.
should do that. And
So there's his quote tweet.
Yeah, I'm in on
Dave.
this kid.
he's awesome. His
I think
nose
he's going to
is
be
unbelievable.
old news soon.
Agreed.
Oh, it's gonna
yeah,
be quick.
that's usually how it works.
He's gonna be a shooting star
Yeah.
very fast.
I mean, you saw it with a lot of people. Like when Tommy Cheese Balls came back into the fucking mix, he was everywhere, replying
he'll
everywhere. Get me
probably-
on this, get me on that, and he's gone again.
NFT Nick is probably gonna fight Bagel Boss or something, and that's how like it's gonna end. You know.
The blue glasses are so funny.
Awesome.
He'd be the type of guy to wear them at a poker tournament, even
Yeah.
though you can see it in
Yeah.
a reflection.
Yeah, no, he's good. What's the last one? That's it? All right, Aftershow. Aftershow, we had basketball tryouts today.
Francis attacked the bloggers.
What?
Francis attacked the bloggers?
Yeah, could you? But yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Is he here?
He's upstairs doing the comedy podcast that I don't understand.
Son of a boy, dad?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I was kidding. It was like a we're not comedians thing.
Got it.
So what's the title?
The epidemic of blogs using at Barstool. Essentially, Francis is saying people write too many blogs about Barstool content and don't put enough effort into them. They're under 100 words. Then he showed a bunch of examples.
I think he's very wrong.
Let's see the examples.
Nikki Smokes wrote one last night about.
But like, isn't that what
I think
you're
Nick
supposed to
works
do?
hard. I think Nick works hard.
I'm not attacking anybody for not working hard.
I
I
think
don't
that's-
play that game. That's such a lame game.
I think
Oh,
that's
I
what
work
you
harder
should-
than
No, but I think
Promoting your own coworkers on the blog is good.
I agree with that, but Francis is saying if you scroll down all the way down,
He called out Pat. He called out you, Jack Mack.
yep. He always brings up my
nasty.
TikTok
Did I take
whenever
a
he
shot?
brings me up.
No, I don't think you took
Did
one.
I take a shot?
I got a
No.
compliment.
If I didn't get a shot, I'll slow down.
Scroll down.
I want to write the oral history.
Okay, so zoom in. I'll read what it is. But there was a time when original blogs were king at this place. I remember reading Big Cat's Pirate Quest blog years before I worked here and thinking, I want to write like that. KFC used to fire these off on a daily basis. Any of PFT's, KB's, Jerry Thornton's coverage of the Patriots over the years, Large's 9/11 blog, a lot of Dante's work, Chaps' blog about his stepmother, Nate's blog about being bald and fat. I feel like he just went. Kelly's blog about the Mean Girls, fearless, full of opinion, personal, satirical, reworked and reconsidered, and punched up to their final draft.
I wrote
And-
800 words about radios. Bringing them to the beach, Francis. Where I ranked Whitney Houston. I also did 2,000 words on Saved by the Bell equated to steakhouses. Like, throw me a bone, my man.
I blame the
He's right.
blog
I do.
rankings, he says.
I do think the blogs that stand out are the ones that you don't start with the story at the top. You start with a blank canvas. Like, you don't do the thing from the New York Post.
All right, I see
that
what you're
says that.
saying.
I always, and
Can I
writing,
tell you
like,
what this
I
is,
am
though?
writing like
This-
nerd like
the-
that. I like that.
No, but the blog, there's two things.
But
There's people
stories
are
do
very
have to
good
do
at
it, yeah.
making original blogs, and there's also, if we don't blog about stories, let me tell you, the clicks are going to go a lot way down.
I don't know what
Clicks
his.
are a part of a blog.
No, you have to
Right?
do definitely stories, but all I'm
There's
saying
both.
is the blogs that definitely stand out are the ones that are like,
I think
that
he-
you say, oh, that he's got a point with that. Like, Large's 9/11 blog started with not one story.
Yeah, it's very
It was
good.
not, like, that's not how it works. He started it on a blank canvas. Same thing
Yeah.
with all the ones he referenced. Everyone gets the shout outs on that. It's the
Well,
same
there
way.
can be
That's
both.
the stuff I like writing.
But there's both.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
you have to do
yeah,
both.
100%. But all I'm saying is those ones with a blank canvas definitely stand out. But in the time frame when you try to put up numbers and things happen and you're like, I like that story or I have a take, you're gonna get something from the New York Post. New York Post says ban this or this is bad for you, as it turns out, and then you have a take. Like, so you do start with the
actually
story
think
and you go
John-
off of there.
I actually think John is an example of someone who does random shit and
Yes.
also stories.
You have a lot of
Like,
blank. Yeah, you have blank.
But there's
a lot of
also
blank slate.
you can
Yeah.
do both.
You
Like,
have
if
to-
you're-
yeah.
Francis is a very good blogger. I know his blogs take him long to do because that's why you're a good blogger, because you're well written.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
myself, where it's like you got to do the. Let me tell you, there's a ranking. I'm gonna be in that ranking. So
So he blamed the rankings.
He's blaming it because it's like the quality of work goes down, which is I think false. I think you're allowed. There's bloggers like Nikki Smokes who, I don't think you should shit on someone for trying to work.
No, I'm with you. Nikki Smokes wrote that blog at 12:30 in the morning. He wanted to get it out there. Our website is a place that we want to put stuff that happens at Barstool. I think he's saying because it's Barstool stuff, let's dive in a little bit more, because he didn't put any viral blogs in there. He only put Barstool stuff, which I understand. I think he's saying like this is just like one paragraph. Maybe put a little bit more is what he's saying.
Oh, that's pretty. All right. I didn't see the blog. Don't clip me because I didn't see the. But I mean, you could put a little more words in that. But
Did he link the stream? Did Nicky link the stream?
it was over.
It was after the stream.
It was over.
All right. You gotta link the stream. But both can be right. Like
I think there's just no reason. I mean, also, I'm sure Francis.
Well, I've suggested,
also.
yeah. I mean, I've suggested to Nate, like, what if you took? What if
This is Pat. He's- there he is over there.
That's awesome. Francis, yeah, come here.
Well, Nate's gonna have a hard opinion, but.
No, Nate's on.
Hey, Nate. Let me ask you one question.
We're talking about Francis' blog.
What did Francis say?
He called you out
Oh, did he?
for this blog.
He's saying that you did 3 sentences.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking like analyze my boss. This is a perfect example of when you're not supposed to have a lot of sentences. The clip speaks for itself. No one else is gonna put it up, so you put him up and let him fucking react to Dave, Whitney, and Kirk. They're the 3 biggest stars in the company.
And
What am I
guess-
gonna sit here and go? Well, this is what I think that fucking. It's not my
Guess-
business.
guess
I'm
what-
putting it on the blog. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah,
Guess
both
what
can
that
work.
blog
Yeah.
did? Guess what that blog got?
What?
Probably a lot of clicks.
I'm sure that got a ton of clicks.
I think there's both. There's original writers, and there's also writers that you talk about what's going on.
And then there's people who mix it up, both, a little bit of both.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you let the funny
Yeah.
people be funny. I'm not going to make the clip about me.
Right, that makes sense.
This is a clip that's not about me. It's about promoting our
Why you
flagship
have
show.
Pat come over.
And just
This is why
put
I
the
brought
clip
it
up.
up.
You send people to Rumble. You send people over to other streaming services. That's what it is.
Shout out Rumble.
Promoting the boss,
Rumble.
promoting the show. That's it. Sorry it wasn't enough sentences for you, Fran.
Nate, one question. We've talked about this too. So
he has.
What are we doing? What?
What's your actual thoughts
come
on
over with a
Francis?
bad attitude.
blog?
We're on your side.
Yeah, none of us were shitting.
I think Francis brings up a good point, like the ones that do stand out. And Pat's point too, like some of them just need to be.
Right. No,
a take
everything
on the
Pat said
story.
is correct. Francis, I mean, nobody's stopping him. You know, he's mad at Nicky Smokes for putting a blog up promoting a huge, viral company thing at 12:30 in the morning. I think that's crazy of Francis to care what Nicky Smokes does at 12:30 in the morning. Francis also knows that they have different jobs. Francis knows that he's paid to write the long, more thought out, funny
Right.
blogs, and his blogs shine, in his opinion, if people only write, 100 words in other blogs. So I don't know what that complaint's about either. Also, Francis knows that he can write anything about any topic, even if it's already been blogged about. So there's nothing stopping him from, doing his 2,000 words about whatever he's mad Nicky Smokes didn't do long enough about. So, I mean, yeah, I would love every blog to be a masterpiece, but as Marty and Pat just said, we
you
also
gotta
are
grind out
paid to promote intercompany things.
And clicks.
Just on things that you.
I don't even care about the
This
clicks.
This was the
It's
question
just-
I had. Not
it's-
again.
So there's an audience that doesn't have Twitter. There's an audience that doesn't have Instagram. There's
Right.
an audience that doesn't have TikTok. There's an audience that doesn't go to the blog. We need to cross promote everything that's successful at the company across all platforms, which means that if something's viral on Twitter or Instagram, you put it on the blog,
Right.
you reach a new audience. You don't need 10,000 words about it.
I totally agree.
If Francis thinks it's vital that 10,000 words is written about it, he has the clearance to do any blog
Right,
about
and
anything.
That's the question I was going to ask you, because I like long form.
I do too.
And I like the ones. There's nothing more rewarding than when you start with a blank slate on that thing, on that blog, and you turn it into something personal. Do you think, or could you see the blog ever being in a spot where people went and did oral histories of something that they're really passionate about? Or do you think
But it's still
Nobody's
in general-
stopping anybody from doing anything on the blog.
Is what I
What
did
I'm
on
saying-
that
yeah.
blog, what I did on that blog is
Do you think more people should do the long? Do you think more people
wouldn't
should
have
dive into the
posted it,
long
yeah.
form?
I
as
think
well?
more
not
people.
about me.
Yeah, but Jack, if you really did, if you went all in on oral history, you'd have to take about a week off. So you would have no.
No,
quick
I'm
hitters,
with
no
you.
whatever.
People are gonna fucking read it.
Yeah, it
It's like,
depends
don't-
if it's
That's not true. That's not true.
That's, I guess, what I'm asking. Yeah, like you really.
True.
Pat, I'm not shitting on the quick ones. I'm just saying, if you think you had a cool topic that could get rolled out like that, do
But
you?
you do short ones as well.
And I also like.
All right, Rigo,
there are
let me
times-
answer your question. Like, it's just funny to me. We're still, this conversation has been had, I don't know, 10 million times. The site will always have a balance of long blogs and short blogs. The blog will always need to cross-promote the viral Barstool content the way Pat did in his. The blog will always need long bitching blogs about God knows what from people who just bitch about everything. And that's just the way it goes. Round and round and round it goes. Nobody's doing anything wrong. At the end of the day, if Dave doesn't like something, he's the boss and he'll tell the person that he's not happy with it. In between, just
I know Francis is doing a show. Can we just call him so we at least we called him because he's here, right?
But he's just going to say he doesn't care.
I don't really want to call him, to be honest. But I know, but we have to at least, we're talking about.
People can do longer. Like some clips are timely. You want to get them up. The goal of
I think that's.
blogs
I don't
have
think
different
that's fair. I don't think that's fair. What you said that people like 60 people would read a long form.
That's not true.
no, that's not true.
And also, like, if you're really, really passionate about it and you went,
Right.
again, maybe it's just me living on.
So
the whole
I'd
history in a long
rather-
form of like a
But if
deep
we
dive
did-
into
if we had a
things,
blog
with, like
that-
the history of this and that.
If we just blogged things that were thousands of words, we would have no stories up.
So,
it'd take hours.
A couple things is Francis isn't paid, to my knowledge, on like page views. Like he knows him and Dave, whatever they decide, but I think he's asked Dave that. I don't know. I don't know anybody's details, but it's not all about page views. Like if he whenever he does 4 blogs in a week, his average, the thing I care about, is the highest of everybody.
Yeah.
People go to read.
But I think page views is a lot, though. Dave would say. I think page views is.
But if different people have different roles and
Yeah. Like
all
if
that.
there's people do viral stories.
I know what I'm supposed to do on the blog. Like I know
Same.
what I'm.
Yeah.
supposed to
I don't.
About. I know how I'm supposed to.
I've never been told what anybody's job is on the blog.
Well, no one does,
No, I'm
but you
saying,
know
like,
your
people
role. Everyone
their
knows their
lanes.
role.
Like
I think
I know
people
my
know their
role, I think he
limitations
knows
is a
his.
better way to put it. I don't want Marty Mush trying to do what Francis does because
No, I don't want that.
can't.
But I could, but I don't want to. That's not who I am.
Yeah, and it would take you
Also,
longer.
yeah, a blogger. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
What's
like
the whole gist of his blog is just people need to do more blogging.
I don't know. People
It's
like
juicing. Like it's like you should
Stay here
do
for-
more than
he's coming
100
for a
words.
second.
Nate, I was just kind of picking your brain.
What's I've been recording, so I don't know where we're at. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we just we're after show of the rundown, and we just brought up your blog, and then we were.
I very much said both
we
people
brought
can
Pat
be right.
over
I think
because
there's.
you made fun of his blog, so we were just we're talking.
Yeah, and look, I get that this is where we're at. I mean, I understand how important these things are. I mentioned that in the blog. Nate has explained it to me. I know the value of them, but sometimes I see them and I'm just like, you can still accomplish the promotion of the thing you're blogging about with a couple of jokes or like more than 4 sentences.
But sometimes people aren't clicking on this blog to see what I wrote. They're clicking on this blog to watch the clip and get out. That's it.
But like, I get why you would do that with, hey, this is the latest episode of Out and About.
Right.
This happened, watch it. But like, when you're doing it with a Clemmer moment or to quote tweet a clip from the Unnamed show, that's just for your own blogging numbers, right?
Yeah, it's to promote. It's to
So
promote
if
their
it-
show, to put the best moment from their show on the website.
So if it's just for that, isn't that an opportunity for you to like, hey guys, here's a little of me as well. Here's my take on this.
I mean,
here's
I
some
think
jokes.
I think like in some instances, yeah, but in other instances, people don't care. Like I don't have a dog in this race, so it's like people don't care. No one put it up. I'm like, let me put this up with a couple sentences. They'll form their own opinion on it. No one's clicking on this blog to see what Pat McAuliffe says about fucking the Unnamed show. They're clicking on it to watch the clip.
Now I
Yeah,
will
but then in
say,
fairness, Francis, he also could then drive a couple of assists. Like the way I used to do it, if I saw that clip, you click it, you watch the clip, you back click, and now you're on the main page of the blog. And then from there, you could either spend 10 minutes or 3 hours reading other people's stuff as well. And I think both of you are right, like I'm just saying. But you could, by the quick thing, you're right, probably put some more jokes, but you could have a few assists in there as well.
Listen, I
And
draw
people to things
I
you
am
didn't
not,
expect, you know what I mean? So-
I tried to present this as to say, like, this is just the way it works. I get it. And we're all slaves to clicks. And we want to boost our numbers on the tops of the rankings every week. And if there's some crazy moment happening on Dave's show, you can say, you'll never believe what Dave just said on the Unnamed show, and throw that out on a blog. I guess my point is, I know how funny you are, and all of you. And sure, there are people that I might not say that about, but you guys are gonna get those clicks.
Right.
Fucking show people
I guess
How good you are.
So my thought for this blog was like, if there's a big game going on, like a football game, and there's like a viral moment, we'll put those on the blog with very minimal words because it's so timely.
Absolutely.
So for this, that was my mentality. It's okay, the clock is ticking. Let me get this shit up with a few fucking
I agree.
whatever. So that's like, let me go. It's timely right now. Let me put this up. Let me schedule it.
There is the timeliness element of it. I get that, but that's not always why we do that.
That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about when it's inner office, like at least put a little effort. Because like we're saying that
Sure.
stuff like that I'll do. I didn't mention it. I'm just saying like something happened in college, buzzer beater. You're not going to put thousands of words into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. But you're saying this.
Take Nicky Smokes' blog last night. So Hubs made the point. He was like, well, in Nicky's defense, it's 11:28 Central Time. No one else is going to blog that at the time.
Right.
I guess it's timely. But at the same time, nobody else is going to blog it at that time. He's not racing against another blogger to get that takeout.
That's a fair point.
Fucking have some fun with it. That's a hysterical moment. Offer your 3 jokes. I also don't think that even if something is timely, that taking, 5 minutes to write a couple more sentences. Nate, I want your opinion on this. Am I dead wrong about this? You know this.
Yeah, you're
better.
wrong about a lot of it, for sure.
Okay.
Like the Nicky Smokes one, for example, like this is going to sound all hoity-toity, whatever.
Gosh almighty.
We didn't
Who the
get
hell
here
are we?
by
Yeah.
not getting stuff up quickly. It's always been a get stuff up quickly company. What I was saying when you were upstairs is like you have free reign to blog anything at any length that you want. So if you think the Nicky Smokes blog isn't long enough on that topic, you can do as long of a blog you want and make it as funny as you want. What Nicky did at midnight is just get it up quickly because it's like a huge viral company moment that should have been on the blog immediately. Not only that, there should have been like 4 other clips of Arch Madness on the blog because it was everything they were putting out was going like viral.
Spot on.
We should what you're missing is like there's people who don't have Twitter that look at the blog. There's people who look at the blog that don't have Instagram. We need to cross promote all the big company stuff across all the platforms, and it doesn't have to be 10,000 words. Because
I'm not asking people to write 1,000-word blogs. That takes too long on these. I'm saying, I don't know, Chaps' blog about Mincy getting rehired.
I was mad about that one.
It was 2 sentences long.
It was 8 words.
It was the biggest moment.
So you're not wrong
There's so
about-
much on the bone there. And I find that if you're gonna be the person who covers one of these huge stories, do it some justice. Or I don't know, like.
So I agree that there is a overarching lack of effort.
That's it. That's all the words on that moment when Mincy was hired back.
I think it's like a feel thing. Like this shouldn't have been that. The Nicky Smokes one last night was perfectly fine. It's just like a feel thing.
And to your point,
I would like more effort across the board, but there's also people have limitations, and as we know, the blog is where the untalented people go to earn a paycheck. So not everything can be a Nobel.
I get it. And I'm not
Pulitzer.
asking people to go outside their lane. I'm saying that the people I called out, and I do this.
I had a question about that. Did you not read the 850 words about the radios on Labor Day?
He didn't call you out.
I probably didn't call you up precisely because you wrote something like that.
Wait, really quick about the.
No. You cited all the good ones. I didn't get.
You know what? I should just interrupt people. That's how we do it around here.
Real quick, I thought of that blog that I did as an extension of the show, where it's like, okay, this part of the show is going viral. I will extend it to our blog audience. So it's like, okay, they're going to catch up.
Should it be under the unnamed show?
Click on here. Could be, yeah.
I have one thing to say. I will say, at first when I saw Francis's blog, I was a little bit like, oh, that's annoying. But once I thought about it, I think he is right, because we are, specifically about the Barstool, what happens within these walls. Nicky Smokes probably yesterday was at the office and got some inside information about the Arch Madness stream. You could bring that, you could bring up, I saw Paige's tweet about it. You can make it a full story. And I think Francis, not to meat ride in any way, did inspire me to be like, you know what, maybe that next step is required. I'm never going to write 1,500 word blogs, not that often, but I can get from that effort of 100 words to 300, 500 words.
And
because there's
great.
probably more, I probably leave too much on the bone because we have a thing here where we're like, oh, it's just a blog, who cares? People do care, people do read it.
And he's
so
right.
he is
Nobody was
right.
beating down the door to get that story. But you see our point too, though. A viral moment happens in college football, you got 4 guys beating down the door.
100%. And I think what all of us are saying is that there's a middle ground. Like, I've tried to point out the fact that, like, John Rich also jumped on the Clemmer story last week, but he kind of gave a full rundown. Now I don't think it needs to even be that long. But like, when you're taking these viral moments and you know it's a blog that is going to get a lot of clicks, you use that as a springboard. Show people you're fucking hysterical. You are. I've told you 1,000 times, not just in this moment to try to walk this back. Use that opportunity.
I get it.
And show us.
Yeah. I mean, there's 2 ways of thinking about it. There's the way that you're thinking about it, which is correct and makes sense. I could say, all right, let me try and really beef this up. And then there's the other way, which I've thought about it in the moment and still kind of think about it, which is, let me just get this up because people are listening to the unnamed show for the unnamed show. So let me give 3 sentences, let them watch the clip.
If all they care about is the clip, they'll click the link and not read what you said.
Yeah, and I think two things,
I don't think there's
two things
any-
can be true at the same time.
1,000%. I said that from the get-go.
Yeah.
You both can be right. 100%.
I don't know that. And
that's what the good mix is. You have the long form
Yeah,
and the short.
if somehow a clip from the unnamed show is ruined because the person who clicked on your blog cannot distract themselves from the text you wrote, that person is an idiot. And who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it's only value add to have a take.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I think
I think
it's
you're
right.
The exception is,
Hey, that was a healthy debate.
if it's a
both
fucking
right.
sports game and
Hell
you
of a point.
gotta have this basket that was just made needs to go up.
Yes.
this thing that was just said.
You don't have to be like, I remember when I used to play basketball. I used to dream of these moments. Like, yeah, fuck
Right, I
that.
got you.
That's not what I'm saying. Anyway, and I
No,
know
it was
that
good.
I could
It's a better
benefit from
clarification.
writing less.
Yes.
I write too much.
Yes.
It's very hard for me to stay inside of 1,000 words, which is probably why I don't blog as many blogs as I should. But anyway,
And other people, like a blog quota is a thing. So some people are
Yes,
like, I have
yes.
to do that, and it's different. I think people have different roles. And
Spot on.
For the record,
I think
all
you're
the blog
both
quotas
right.
we have are all very attainable. So
Yeah. But some people have different writing roles, but I think you're both right. Look at us. That wasn't
We said that from the
contentious.
get-go.
That
We
was
said that from the
nice.
get-go.
My Barstool.
Nice.
So that's the rundown. Hell of an answer.
Thank you.